In the landscape of figure photography, one group strived for tangible and dynamic displays.
No time to explain, get in the rows!
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. It's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is filmed in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers just like you through super chats, donations, merch, and simply just by viewing. Thank you. Hello.
Yo,
Rick, is that you?
Pancho, it's me from the podcast.
Wow, it's Rick from the podcast. What's up? Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's show, definitely for the first time. Hopefully everything is good. Rick, how was your week? Quick and simple.
Hey, pretty cool, pretty solid week.
Very nice, very nice. I just got back from Wonderfest, which was super cool.
Yeah.
We cover Wonderfest every single year on the show. Digitally, of course, getting lost on the way to the bathroom, all that great stuff. But this year, I got lost on the way to the bathroom for real, in person.
Really?
Yes.
Is that so?
But yeah, the show was great. It was hosted by MomoCon, which is a convention in Atlanta. And
yeah, huge anime convention.
Yeah, I actually was unaware of how large it's gotten because the last time I was there was like 13 years ago. It is humongous now, like absolutely humongous. I could not believe it.
Otherworldly, eh?
Yeah, it's unreal. It really reminded me of like just being at San Diego, honestly. Just the amount of people. On Saturday, I made the grave mistake. No, Friday, I made the grave mistake of waiting to leave the dealer's room like right when it closed. So I was just stuck in a sea of people for forever. But that is neither here nor there. It's just interesting how big MomoCon has gotten, and it's gotten so big that they were able to host Wonder Festival for its US debut inside of their dealer's room. So at first I thought
that's wild.
It's crazy because at first I thought it was going to be like in its own separate like ballroom or something like that. But no, it was their dealer's room is humongous. It is probably about the same size as SDCC. I think SDCC might be might be bigger. I want to say it is bigger, but Wonderfest was pretty much right in the middle. And it had a pretty sizable, footprint in the middle. It was pretty great. But there are a bunch of different like indie artists. So if you're unaware of what Wonderfest is, it's like this huge toy convention that's exclusive to Japan. It's a lot of garage kits and a lot of like model kits and stuff like that, like indie stuff that people do. And that's basically what it was here. There were bigger brands here, like there are in Japan too. Like Kyoto was here.
Oh hell yeah!
And then
What did they have for sale at Kyoto?
they had a bunch of stuff. They had like their Revoltech Dark Knight. They had Harley Quinn. They had all of the Attack on Titan stuff. They had a bunch of stuff, which was pretty crazy. But I almost bought the Dark Knight, but I was like, yeah,
Oh man,
I'll just wait.
I would have folded for that Harley, man. That Harley looks great.
It looks really good, but just like I just don't know. It was $100, which I'm sure which is MSRP here. But I was like,
Yeah.
I just don't know if I could do a buck on this thing right away. But I basically covered practically almost every single booth. Maybe there was like one or maybe like less than 5 booths I didn't cover just because they were so out of our wheelhouse. They didn't have figures at all. They had like books and stuff, which of course reading is fundamental, but
Absolutely.
it just doesn't have anything to do with A.C.B.A. So but I went ahead and covered everything. I did quick booth overviews of everything that was that looked great at this show. And tonight's show is is basically just gonna be that, because I said it in my stories, like I think Wonderfest coming to the US is like some of the craziest news that has happened in the toy world in a while. And I just feel like
that's
nobody
a big deal, man.
Yeah, I just feel like nobody is talking about it. And I want to talk about it desperately. So that's what we're gonna do. And the cool thing is, like, everybody I talked to, all like everybody that had a booth there, I basically just asked them like how their show was going and like what do they think about being part of Wonderfest, and everybody was like, I cannot believe this is happening, and I cannot believe that I get to be part of it. Everybody thought that it was going to happen in LA of all places.
This feels like a anime expo sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So it was just crazy, and everybody had the same sentiment. They A, couldn't believe it was happening, and B, couldn't believe it was happening here in Atlanta. So it's just like such a crazy place. So let's just go. I just posted a bunch of stories, so we'll just go through the stories and see what's up. So first and foremost, 4 Horsemen was there, which is something that I did not expect at all. This doesn't.
I didn't know they went there.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you think Wonderfest, you think anime, all that stuff. And 4 Horsemen, they make great figures, but they're not anime figures. But they also do really fit the mold of what the spirit of Wonderfest is. Like, indie companies making their own, making their own figures, and then just having a great time and showing them off and stuff. And that is the spirit of 4 Horsemen. So it was really cool to see them there. Their booth was super tight. It was really, really nice. They had a ton of product, dude. Like, this is just an absolute just smoke show of like almost their entire like updated catalog was there. And Greg was there too, dude. I couldn't believe
Greg, Big G,
dude. So like the first thing that happened was I walked onto the convention show, and like the first booth you see at Wonderfest when you come around the main escalator is the 4 Horsemen booth. And the first person I see is a silhouette of a 7-foot tall man, and I was like, there is no way this is Greg. And of course it was. So it was really tight reconnecting with Greg. I hadn't seen Greg in like, dude, maybe like 10 years or something like that.
Oh my god.
So it was super great. Big shout out to Greg, doing big things. I really wanted to grab his figure, but they just didn't have it here. They had a bunch of they had a bunch of really cool figures, but Greg's figure wasn't there, and I really wanted to get that new like Mega Man looking figure. But they did not have it here either. But I did end up getting a bunch of stuff from 4 Horsemen.
Oh hell yeah!
I got that bear. which was something I've hovered my mouse over adding that to my cart for weeks at this
A
point.
bear the size of your loving young son.
Yeah, it's huge. I got the bear. I got the convention exclusive. It was a Amazonian that was back there. It's on this buck right here, but it's a different figure.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I got this guy right here, which is like a skeleton, but he has like a mask on right there.
Oh, shit.
This guy is super cool. And then I got
Heck yeah.
I got this skeleton too, right here.
Oh, man.
But it was just so cool to see Four Horsemen there, especially with like such a humongous catalog. They like by miles had the most product out of anybody at Wonderfest.
Dude, that shit looks wall to wall.
It's crazy. It is just I had never seen this many Four Horsemen products at one time in my life. So it was super cool to see. 100%.
That's fantastic.
Next up was this booth. This booth was the name is up here in this next slide. This was
Akuzatlier,
yeah, Akuzatlier, and then Kamiya's Workshop as well. They had a really nice booth, dude. Like their booth was awesome. They had all their garage kits like all on rotating displays, really well lit. These aren't Detolfs. They're something else, but
yeah.
But like their booth was immaculate. Very, very nice.
Spinning,
all their garage
baby.
kits, yeah, all their garage kits, the ones for sale were spinning. This is like their whole catalog back there. Really, really cool. It was really cool to see all these like anime figures and whatnot. It was really nice, man. This is a really nice booth. And then like the person attending the booth was really nice as well. Everybody was super cool. Just obviously like I asked if it was okay to film.
Oh, Gunbuster! Oh my god,
it's so good, dude! Right? Like
Hot Dog Girl. Oh my god,
dude, that Gunbuster is so good.
Gunbuster back there's fire. And we got this little Hot Dog Girl. What the hell?
Arona hot dog version.
Glizzy Girls Unite.
It was great, man.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, dude. So,
Yeah, that's wildly impressive.
Yeah, it was a really, really sick booth. Very, very nice. And then Momo they were doing like you could find like a set of cards, like trading cards and stuff throughout the entire con. And then they had like exclusive cards at their booth, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
This next booth was JC3D. I believe the artist's name is Jill something. I can't remember. I might show it later. But they had like little claw machines, like not claw machines, but like gotcha machines for like their smaller like casts and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. I really wanted to get like this bunny retro TV, which was really cool, and I ended up grabbing it. It was super cool.
Hell yeah, first try.
First try, baby. It's very nice. This is the rest of her booth. She had like some little these are the gotcha things right there, but she also sculpted all this stuff, had it on display. That Chainsaw Man helmet is really, really cool.
Dang.
Yeah, this was a really, really tight booth, man. And she was so friendly. Like all these people were very, very friendly.
Fantastic.
It was fantastic. It was very fantastic. Let's go. Next up was dude, this guy's booth is insane, man. Pun Arts, unique art from Vietnam. This guy was super, super chill, dude. And he was just so stoked to be there. And his whole catalog is insane. He had so much stuff there too.
Damn, this is awesome.
Dude.
These are great designs.
Really, really cool art style. Really great designs. And all of them were unique too. It's really easy when you lock into an art style for all your stuff to kind of look the same. But everything is so unique and so different. And dude, like his booth was really popular all weekend as well. It was really great. He had like keychains and stickers, all sorts of stuff. Really sick stuff. Dude,
Sticker me timbers.
Plum Workshop was right next to them, and
Uh-huh.
their booth was also really really nice too. They had like these nice displays with really really good lighting, so it was really easy to take photos of their stuff. Dude, like look at all this stuff. This is crazy, dude. This is
Oh
crazy.
my god.
The range on this art style is like it's unbelievable. Yeah, Plum Workshop, so great, dude. Really really nice booth, super friendly people. This place, I forget this artist's name, but they had like a bunch of minis painted. But then they had like all this like weird like oddity stuff too.
Oh shit! Some fucking HR Geiger looking shit.
This stuff was crazy, dude. This like these little like green onion people were super cool, and then like this crab woman. What?
Oh my god! Crab woman coming out of the steamer basket.
Unbelievable, dude. So
That's
crazy.
nutty.
And like I even like at the show I didn't realize it, but I'm looking at it now and I'm seeing like the woman's face right there. I thought it was just a crab head, but the crab head is the helmet.
It's a crab head.
Yeah, it's a crab head. Very did.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, this was Ruiza Studio. Super great. Super great booth. This Mountain Town Toys was also a really cool booth. Because they had this like whole retro aesthetic. They had like a ton of Keshis. Their whole booth was practically just Keshis. And like I'll pan.
Oh hell yeah!
But they had so many, dude. Just so...
Now you're talking Kevin's language.
That's right. They had so many, and they all looked super rad, dude. I tagged them obviously in my story, and then the A.C.B.A story as well. And then the sculptor actually reached out, and we had a pretty cool conversation in DMs and stuff.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it was super cool. Like I had a couple of great conversations with a bunch of different people over the weekend. Some of my DMs as well, and like the general consensus again is just everybody was just like so grateful and thankful to be there, and was just like super stoked to connect with people that would take the time and stop by their booth and whatnot. It was really great. This right here is just an example of like the featured artists like from Japan that they brought some of their stuff stuff here. Some of these people were there, like Yoshi was there for sure, but some of them weren't. But it was really cool that a lot of them were able to come. But dude, this was like a really great big showpiece in the middle of the Wonderfest like area, and it was really cool. This guy unfortunately couldn't come, but his sculpts are like unreal. Paint apps are insane as well. They weren't here either, but
oh my god!
Yeah, my
this lady's name is Entei. Damn, could she get any cooler?
I know,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
That the croc roll was on display here, and I think it was for sale too. It's in the back right there. It was at the Kyoto booth, which is really cool, but it was not articulated. Grab it.
Oh shit, Saber.
This was on sale at the show too, but they sold out, which was also really crazy because like I went Thursday night, the first night, and I did a lot of filming on Thursday night, and people were already sold out of their stuff on Thursday, which is great for them for sure. I think they were here. Yoshiki Fujimoto was there. I think at least some of their sculptures were there at another booth. And if it was at a booth, I'd imagine that they were there. But this guy's work is insane. Huge fan of the female form, as am I. So.
Very big fan.
But this is great, dude. This was this was in the middle-ish of the area. And like Wonderfest had like a lot of really cool just spots to do like cool stuff. Like this was kind of like at a lounge area where they had like some empty tables where they encouraged people to like build the kits that they bought and stuff, which is really cool. And then Momocon, like the that the convention that hosted it actually had a humongous section right in front of Wonderfest, which was basically just like a huge showcase for like Gunpla and any sort of plastic model stuff. They had like award-winning Gunpla there and stuff just on display, and then they had like rows and rows of tables for you to just go and build the stuff that you bought. Sorry, pardon me.
Positively parched.
And it was really cool.
This is really giving. God, what's the name of that con that happened? It used to happen in LA. Now it's in Vegas.
Designer Con.
It gives like Japanese leaning designer con.
Yeah,
sort of feels, and that's awesome.
I can see that for sure. Yeah, it was really cool because there was just so much emphasis on just what you do with your stuff after you buy it. Like it wasn't just a place to just consume. Like you could enjoy your purchases on the show floor too, which is really great. Just the fact that multiple different places like MomoCon and WonderCon both had spots for you to just chill and enjoy your stuff was really tight. And then MomoCon also had like little rest areas between like vendor aisles and stuff like that. And then some bozo was building a Zoids kit, taking up like the entire table. There's like 10, these are like 10 seated tables. He had like his Zoid. And like, dude, he had like all his runners out and like spread, like taking up like 5 seats. I was like, what are you doing? It's on.
Dude, what a little shit.
Crazy, dude. I was like, what is going on? This next booth was really cool. This was Yoshi's shop, and then this was one of the featured artists too. Dude, look at these are insane.
Oh my god.
And then I don't know how true. I heard things here and there throughout the weekend, but like I think that there may have been some issues with like the 1-day licenses. I don't know if it was for everybody. It doesn't seem like it was for everybody because like, you know, Yoshi obviously has the 1-day license for this Godzilla, has a Godzilla license and stuff. But a lot of people just brought like individual and like original characters because there was something going on with the 1-day license. And then for those of you who don't know, like the Wonderfest is super great because they provide 1-day licenses, so you don't have to go through all the hoops of like getting the license for to sell licensed characters and stuff. You get the license for 1 day, and you can sell as much as you want when Wonderfest is open. It happens all the time. It's been happening for years in Japan. I heard that next year, this is what some of the artists were saying, that next year 1-day licenses is going to be much easier, and that Wonderfest might I don't know. I heard this from a couple of people, but I don't know how tall the information is, so I won't really say it because I don't want to spread misinformation. But I will say that for people hoping that Wonderfest would come back again next year, there's a strong consensus that it was. So super stoked for that.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
run it back, Turbo. Come on, what's going on?
Let's go. But yeah, this guy's booth was insane. Like so many great items for sale. And it was super rad. Like all these great kaijus. Look at these freaking Alien and Predator sculpts. These are insane.
Oh my god.
Apparently this is for 52 toys. He sculpted this for 52 toys. Pretty crazy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
52 toys. The Predator stuff has been fantastic too, for sure.
Yeah, unbelievable. He had a lot of great stuff. And then the another crazy thing was that he developed his own game, and he had that as well. He
what?
The game is called my stupid text is all over it, but it's a really rad game, third person hack and slash, really cool. And he had it for demo. Look at my man peeking. Hell yeah, dude. This next booth was super cool too. This is
yeah, this is a cool booth.
Yeah, Pico Pecco. He does like these gadget ghost sculptures. They are articulated, which is super cool, and they have like LEDs and all sorts of stuff in there too. He has a huge line of these, and he had every single one out for display, and it was really nice. And he was super cool and like to talk to you, man. This guy was awesome. That was so cool. And
yeah,
he had like
these designs were awesome. Definitely caught my eye when I saw your story post.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Like I couldn't believe it. Spumoni Toys. This guy was super rad too. He had a bunch of like soft vinyl, Sofobi type stuff. He had a gotcha machine too for Keshi's. Really, really sick. But his paint apps and his like color theory on all these are super, super cool. And like this one was so cool, right there.
Yeah.
And he has like his own, he has his own manga, like Chogokin Warrior, which is really cool.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys with like zines and just different stuff. It was rad. Studio Kabuto was there as well. A lot of great soft vinyl stuff. There was a ton of people doing soft vinyl and Sofobi stuff. Which is cool. And like I was saying earlier in the week that even though that, you know, A.C.B.A. is of course about articulated figures, like it's really cool to just see all this stuff. Like in any normal circumstance, I wouldn't look at a booth that had like that didn't have articulated figures. But I don't know, just being at Wonderfest and just being there, I was just like, I was so stoked to check everything out. Barbarian's Rage was there too, another great soft vinyl artist as well. These were like his own original sculpts as well, and he did a lot of paint apps for a bunch of different other stuff at his booth. But he was super stoked about those little guys because those were his original sculpt too. But a lot of great, like, funky looking little dudes, huh?
Funky guy. Yeah, I love when they're not being held back by the shackles of like, oh, we're working with this company to do this, you know? They get their visions across. That's always the best.
Yeah, it's super tight, man. It was really cool to just see like how far out some of this stuff was. This guy was super cool and super nice. Oda Kiln was a crazy booth because all of these are ceramic figures that he hand sculpts and hand paints. I couldn't believe it. Like looking, like just passing by the booth, and I was like, sick. Some dude just brought his Nendroid collection. No, man, it was it was all ceramic figures, and he had a bunch of different samples out too, of different stages of production. Like he had like the unpainted version, like there's like a bunch of different versions that were like uncured, and you could feel like different texture and stuff. It was really cool. This guy was really nice.
Dude, not only is this amazing work, but man, that name is genius.
Yeah, right?
Ota Kiln? Oh my god.
Unbelievable. Let's go, dude. Yeah, this was really cool. Zimmerit was there too. This guy was one of the few people that had articulated stuff. This little dude was so cool, but unfortunately it was sold out. Like I think it sold out the first day, dude. And like I said, so many people sold out, either sold out or were like super low on their stock, which is incredible. That's such great news for them just to sell through all this stuff. Yeah, that's amazing. And by Saturday, that was crazy. They also had like different garage kits and stuff. Like a bunch of different garage kits and stuff. I really love like their whole aesthetic, like their branding was so good and like so on point, dude. It was really nice. They had like a little VHS tape. I didn't know that the VHS tape was for sale, but I saw people walking around with it like later in the show, and I was like, oh shit, I should have bought that. But like I'm not necessarily like a garage kit guy, so I didn't buy any garage kits because again I don't build garage kits, but like now I'm kind of like I kind of have like crazy FOMO like looking back at all this stuff. Super cool. But and like this is one of the guys that did like tons of zines. Like he had so many zines and they all look so rad. Very cool. These guys are super nice to talk to as well. This was Shrub Dragon Studio. They actually held a bunch of different artists stuff too. They were just all under the umbrella of this table, but it was a bunch of different artists. I have them all tagged down here if you want to check them out. But they were all like really nice in the DMs and stuff. But like, dude, some of these are all super great. These all look so good, dude. Like production line quality stuff is crazy. I love these sculpts. They're so good.
I love this TV.
I love this TV. This thing was crazy. What? That thing sold out day one, which is really cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. It was great. Really great sculpts. Really cute stuff, man. Very nice. And then this was Neverender's booth. This was really cool. I'm actually familiar with this artist. I've seen their stuff before. And their stuff is so cool. They had a lot of really great stuff. They had prints. They had like
green hair, me too.
I know, right? Like they had their stuff is so cool. They had like postcards and stuff. It's rad. And a bunch of cool stickers. Their art style is super rad. They have like this kind of like I don't know, like 90s furry aesthetic. I don't know. I know that carries a bad moniker now, but
okay.
But like it's just a cat 90s cat girl aesthetic. That's a much better way to say it.
Yo, cat girl.
This thing was crazy too. This looks so good. Like just in person it looked unbelievable. So rad, dude. RAR says Brad, unreal.
Not the RAR XD.
No. But this was great, dude. I had a lot of really great stuff. This dude was unbelievable. I gotta give a huge shout out to this Wonder Goblin dude. My man in the hat, dude. This guy was like just the most positive dude all 3 days that I was there. Like he was just so nice. He was like he's just really cool to talk to. This thing looks nutty, first of all.
Jesus Christ. That looks like, speaking of Wonder Goblin, that looks like the Mind Goblin. That's crazy. 165? That's a good deal. That's huge as fuck.
I know, right? Dude, it's crazy because like, you know, I went there with my wife and stuff, and then my wife is like so far removed from this stuff. Like she kind of has like a grasp on the stuff that I collect and we collect, like articulated stuff. Like she knows that like $100 for like an amazing Yamaguchi is like what they cost, right? Or like $80 SHFs and stuff. When we walked in here and she saw the prices of these like Sophobies, she was like, "You can't even pose them." And I was like, "Yeah, that's not the point, though." Like, that's not the point, though.
What a wife, man! What a
wife. These things are super cool. This is like this little mascot guy and these little bags. These things look so cool. I'm having extreme FOMO right now. I really wish I would have bought one of these things at the very least. But like his designs are so wild and his paint apps are so crazy. It was so interesting being around so much Sophobi and stuff and so much vinyl because like, you know, as like 1/12 guys, like we're like the allure and the appeal for us is like the sculpt and the articulation and all that, and the artistry is like how these things look and they move. But with like Sophobi and stuff, the artistry is in the creation of them and the painting of them, and it just like opened my eyes to like a whole different like perspective on how to consume figures. I guess it was really cool.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of the time these Sofubis, they have like wildly limited runs.
Yeah.
It's not just the fact that they're making these and that they're pricing them at whatever price it's going to be. A lot of the time, these runs, man, are like 10 or less even.
Yeah, for sure.
They're really impressive shit.
Yeah, there was I got to give a big shout out to Sophobi Vision, who's like a longtime viewer of this show. He has his own YouTube channel as well, and watching his content really opened my eyes to just the process of Sophobi, for sure. And like watching that stuff really helped prepare me to be around so much of this stuff at Wondercon. So big shout out to Sophobi Vision. That guy's the man. Oh shit, Willy Wonka returns. Let's go.
Willy the Wonkers.
Yeah, man.
He's gone full Willy Wonkers.
He was really nice. He was a really nice guy. Captain McKay is saying, I live vicariously through Poncho's IG and experience WonderCon that way. Yeah, I really wanted to post as much as I could because, like, I know whenever I do the same thing with, other people's Instagram stories, like, it's always like a picture of one thing at the booth, and I'm like always like looking around. Like I really wanted to make sure that I got as much of the booth as possible on video, just so everybody could see everything.
Heck yeah.
So next up was Marsano. I think it's Marsano Studios. This is Marsano Studios and 9 a.m. Toast. They split a table. So everything on the right hand side is 9 a.m. Toast, and then everything on the left hand side is James Marsano stuff. 9 a.m. Toast was super cool. They're really nice. Again, I sound like a broken record. Everybody there was really nice, but these guys are super cool, and their designs were super cute. It was so funny. This booth was so funny just because of the insane juxtaposition between these two artists. You'll see in a second. But like 9 a.m. Toast is like a bunch of like cute little popsicles and like a frog with ass cheeks and like a bald eagle naked guy. And then James Marsano is just like the most insanely detailed jaw-dropping shit you've ever seen. It's so great. But his sculpts were they're unbelievable, dude. Look how great this looks. He had like painted samples, and then he had the unpainted samples right next to them. Really cool, showing off the process, dude. Frog is cheeked up, dude. I'm saying, man. The cute little bat right frog. There. Yeah, big sheep frog, dude. These little bats were cool. Look at this frog, dude. I should have bought the frog. Come on.
what were they charging for these Johns, man? For these frogs, you didn't pick it up.
The frog was only like $65. Or 55 even. And again, like, from the perspective of A.C.B.A. and 112 people, like, we are looking through figures through the scope of billion-dollar corporations doing hundreds of thousands of production runs. This is like some dude making them one by one. So like,
for sure.
So just temper your expectations on the price. And of course, like for big mass produced stuff, it was priced accordingly too, like stickers for $4 and all that stuff. So it was really great. Really, really great. Cutting Catfish was there too. I'm also familiar with their art style because I see a lot of like their like stickers around. Like specifically like these little like bird things. They have crows, I think, too. Yeah, these crows. I see these crows everywhere. But these guys are really cool. They had like really nice plushies, which I thought was cool. Not a lot of people were doing plushies. But they also had like little figures of their, I think, crows and like a squid or something. They had like a little Cthulhu, which is pretty rad.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, really nice packaging. This is only $45. Really great, dude. It was a raven. Sorry, not a crow. Sorry, I get my David Walton on. My bad. Oh, this is a crow. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, that's a crow for sure. What the heck?
Yeah. 5K was there. I had no idea the 5K was even.
Well, 5K toys was there. Hell yeah.
So I don't know if it was specifically.
Oh my god, they had the Dragon Kid.
They had the Dragon Kid there, not for sale. They had a lot of stuff out on display, but they did have 2 items for sale. But I was just gonna say, I don't know for sure if this was actually 5K toys, but because like I was talking to the person, because like I would always ask like, hey, I would always ask two things, like, is it okay if I film? And then after I finish filming, and I was like, what's your social media so I can tag you properly, right? And then when I was talking to them, they're like, yeah, we don't really have social media. And I was like, oh, okay. And I had heard from somebody that this was 5K, because I was like, yo, where are you at? And they were like, oh, I'm over here at 5K's booth. And I was like, excuse me? You're where?
Hello?
Because they got there Saturday. We're not there on Thursday or Friday. And I was asking the woman there, and they're like, yeah, we don't really have social media. We're just distributors. And I was like, oh, is it not 5K? Is this 5K toys? She goes, yeah, it's 5Ks, but we're like distributors for 5K. And I was like, okay. And I was like, should I tag 5K? She goes, oh yeah, tag 5K for sure. And I was like, okay. So this is 5K toys, I think. I don't know, but it was definitely all their shit. Like the stuff that everything that you see on 5K toys is here, and it's specifically, you know, when 5K gives you like the updates on like their social media of like specific figures and stuff. It was all that. Like they had like these these black bodies there, like the Sun Wukong, and then they had like I think that's the NR Batman, right? Isn't it? No, I think it's like LPP's toys or something like that, right?
I can't really tell. It looks like it's probably LPZZ.
Okay. Yeah, because
Well,
NR doesn't,
tell.
because it's the same as this Bryce Slade.
Deathstroke?
Yeah, okay, yeah, Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Harper says LPZZ or now UPG.
Yeah.
Okay, tight. Yeah, because it's the same as this.
Yeah.
But they were there. They had like the ass turtles there, which is really great. And I felt,
Oh hell yeah, cheeked up.
I felt so bad because like people were coming up. They're like, "I'll take the turtles," and then they just kept having to say like, "Hey, it's just for display." They're like, "Oh, can I buy those?" No. They had a bunch of stuff that's World of Warcraft stuff they did, but then they had this. They had like the Lollipop Chainsaw Girl, and then like this, and then the Gladiator Girl too. And they had a bunch of stock for this for sure. And it was just cool to see this stuff there. I wish they had other figures there for sale, of course. But it was cool that they had the Gladiator Girl and the Lollipop Chainsaw Girl. More Sophobia stuff here. This is Connor Graves. This guy was really nice to talk to too. Super great. Had a bunch of really cool stuff, dude. Like these little cactus people, like little fishmen down here. Super rad. It was super cool to see specifically all the different paint apps on this fella, because like this is a very like popular like character to like recast and stuff. But every booth had like just such a radically different colorway on that dude and different paint apps and stuff. It was really cool. It was really cool to see. And these guys were super tight to talk to, man. These guys are awesome. This guy's booth was insane too. It's one of the first booths I went to, just because like just a huge spread of video game stuff, which is specifically what I'm into. And a freaking Gino from freaking Super Mario RPG. I couldn't believe it. He had a lot of Sonic stuff.
Oh my god.
Dragon Quest. This guy definitely had Tron Bond. This guy definitely had like elite ball knowledge for sure. Super great. I don't know if this guy just didn't get the memo that there was not one-day licensing. I guess this stuff was just for display. It wasn't for sale. You couldn't buy a Tron Bond or anything. But the stuff that he had for sale was sick. It's these two characters. This Moth Girl was so cool looking, man.
Oh, my wife would have bought that 100%.
This thing is so. I thought about you guys because I see that she always like really likes stuff like that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Flatwood's Femme Fatale is the name of the other character, and this Moth Girl. I wanted to buy this Moth Girl so bad. But
what was the damage, man?
It was $100 for that huge ass kit, dude.
Damn, that's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all. It's a really nice kit. It's just like I don't know. I just knew that if I took a plunge off the deep end now with garage kits, it would just I would be ruined financially.
Ruined.
And all I would have left is Spider-Man. That's it. But yeah, these are really cool designs. These designs and this art really reminded me of what's that fighting game? Shit. You know which one it was? It's a hand-drawn fighting game. It came out like a while ago at this point, but then it has like the dude that's like in a trench coat and he's all like air horns and stuff, and you like his moveset. You can.
God, I can't remember. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember. Somebody calls you like, "Hey, it's this one." Like, fuck.
It's something girls. I can't remember. Steam Crush Girls or something. I don't know. I saw that game every day at work. I can't remember it. Dude, this booth was insane. Brain Basket Designs, just a wall of just weird Furbies. I just realized this Furby had the freaking dogs out down here, dude.
Zippers out for Furby, man.
Unreal. But the craziest thing about this booth is like you walk by it and you see just so much like Furby stuff everywhere. But like hidden in the cracks and crevices is like just cool shit that applies to me. Like, dude, this Godzilla over here is so cool. Like a really nice gashapon system or something, I think. This Godzilla was super cool. The sculpt and
oh my god,
the pan-apps on this thing were so rad, man. This was really, really cool. It's like funky looking Ghidorah.
I was gonna say, what's going on with old King Ghidorah over there? Huh? This looks like Toriyama artwork put on
that, right? It's crazy.
On a Ghidorah. That's crazy.
Really, really, yeah. And like their booth is really nice. I just enjoyed just like the sheer amount of insanity that was just like on display. It's tons of like crazy Furby stuff, and then just like weird kaiju stuff just hidden in the cracks and crevices of everything. Skull Girls, thank you so much. That was the name of it, Skull Girls.
Skull Girls.
Let's go. Next up was Toy Pizza. I had no idea that Toy Pizza was going to be there, dude. Obviously we've excuse me, we've been covering Knights of the Slice stuff for years on the show, and then to chop it up with this dude and talk was like really, really cool. And he brought so much stuff. He had so much of his catalog here. Granted, he didn't have like any 1000 toys Knights of the Slice stuff, unfortunately. I would have bought that in a second, but he had like kits of like the 5 POA Knights of the Slice stuff, and he had a bunch of like GLaDOS GLaDOS kit stuff too, which is really cool. Which is like
that's like one of like the craziest things you could get into, that GLaDOS stuff, man.
Yeah,
like,
dude, GLaDOS,
the customizability of it and everything, like it's impressive, man.
Yeah, and shout out to there's a couple of people I know that post GLaDOS stuff a lot. Toy Shelf does a lot of GLaDOS stuff. A Bag of Sand does a lot of GLaDOS stuff. And I always see their posts on it, and I'm like, do I want to get into this? I just know it's like another crazy rabbit hole. But
yeah, it's dangerous.
But me and him chopped it up for a while. He was actually talking to me as I was filming. Like, I put music over it, but like he was like, "How's the show? How you doing?" And like usually I would be the one like asking that stuff first, but it was really cool. He was like, I got to get hands on with one of these GLaDOS guys, which is super cool. And then I bought one too. He had one for sale. It's like a blue guy. It looked really nice. I'll post that. I'll probably talk more about my haul like on the actual podcast next week. But I'll post a story about it at some point too. But this is really cool. I didn't know that Four Horsemen sculpted this, which is really cool.
No, I didn't know either until I saw your story and you said it.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense looking at the sculpt.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. He was just dropping like little nuggets of information everywhere, man. This guy was really cool to talk to. And not to say that the other conversations I had with other people weren't informative, but like the amount of knowledge and just information he dropped so quickly and strategically was like very nice. It was like we talked for 3 minutes and I felt like I attended like a 15-minute seminar. It was crazy.
Is this a TED Talk?
Yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This is Flux Design's booth. They do like a lot of like really rad like clear resin casts. Like they had like these like little crystal guys and then these little flame guys, which were super super cute. And then like the main attraction for their booth were these like goo girls with the like they had the thing in for sure.
Old goo girls, huh?
Yeah, these are really really cool to look at, and like they were really cool because not just these, but everything in his booth was really cool because like these casts were so clean, dude. Like it's one thing to get like the surface of your cast looking like immaculate, but these things being so like transparent and stuff, there's like zero bubbles or zero imperfections inside. It was really really cool. You could tell this guy like really
Impressive feat.
really gives a shit, right? It was really cool. And he was nice to talk to you. Very nice guy. I didn't see this person at all weekend. But their booth was just full of stuff. And funny enough, we did talk a little in DMs, which is so funny. I talked to them on DMs way more than I even saw them in person, which is really funny. But they had like all these like little like Buddha not Buddha, but like all these little statues right here. Super super cool. Like blind boxes and stuff. I love this one. It's like the little judging table. It's really really funny.
7 days of judgment.
So great, dude. Yeah, like just these grayscales and stuff, like painted stuff. It was really cool. I think this was like one of the last like A.C.B.A booths that I went to. CAG Toys. These guys were super rad too. They have like a little zine here, super cool. And the thing oh shit, my bad. The thing I liked the most about these guys was like their packaging. You can see it on the wall right there. Other people have packaging like this too, but like there's just something about the cloudiness of the plastic bag they used, which was so nostalgic to me. Like everybody else, like they had like insanely crystal clear bags, and I was like, this doesn't, it's not hitting the same as CAG Toys. There's just something about a cloudy bag that reminds me of finding bootleg vinyls in the back of like some store whenever my dad would drag me across the Mexican border on Sundays to drink beer and eat street food. We would do that like every weekend. And I remember,
wow, your dad sounds like a genius.
Yeah, you know, he definitely he definitely knew what was up for sure. But I remember when he would take us, I would always go and like look for toys, and I would always see like vinyls and like bootlegs and stuff packaged exactly like that. And I was like, this place rocks. These guys know what's up for sure. You guys are cool. And yeah, there's that same. Again, like this sculpt is like very popular. Like a lot of booths had it for sure. But the paint apps are just so different on everybody. This orange and black one was super rad. Even this green one is super great. They got that subtle wash on it. It's very nice. Very nice, very nice. And then I went back and I did a full booth tour of JC3D and her stuff for sure.
Yeah.
This
is the TV lady, right?
Yeah. And like this her like stuff was so affordable, and these are all like hand painted, everything super great. All her little gotchas were sold out, and she designed the gotcha machine and made it herself.
I was gonna say I've never seen this gotcha design before ever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Very, very nice.
That
And
makes a lot of sense.
she had like her friends were there. Her friends were like her little booth babes. And they were we were all talking, and they were just like, yeah, we're just her friends, we're just being like her booth babes for the weekend. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. And then like it was so great because like you saw like every different like personality of like artists there. There were guys that are like super proud of their work and are very eager to talk about all the stuff and like all the steps and stuff. And then there were other artists that were, you know, very, I don't know how to say it, but they're not shy, but like they weren't like talkative about the process. And it was really great because her friends were like just doing all that stuff for her, and like she was being very modest about all her stuff. And I was like, this stuff is so great. And she was like, yeah, thanks. And then her friend was like, you know, she makes these by hand, right? These cicadas, she hand whittles them out of wood, like with her bare hands. No CNC, no lathe or anything.
She's a whittler.
Yeah, she just makes it. And I was like, what, for real? She goes, yeah, that's what I did. And I was like, that's so sick. That's rad. It was great. Yo, let's go. Greg's in the chat right now. Let's go, baby.
Oh, hell
Greg. Let's go. Yeah, man. Greg, the man, dude. I spoke earlier, Greg, about how we met up earlier in the show. Greg was the first person I saw at the show. Super great. But yeah, JC3D, her stuff was amazing. Her cicadas, I'm sure, sold out by now. And all her stuff is super rad. And yeah, that was it. That was it for Wonderfest. Sonic Rockman is asking if anybody had Mega Man stuff. Only one person I saw had Mega Man stuff. And it was Cute Monster Props. They had this Tron thing right here, but it was not for sale. They just had it for display, but that's because like the one day license stuff didn't happen for a lot of artists. So yeah, that's a bummer. Pixel.
Yeah, that stinks.
There's this vendor called Pixel something studio. They had like Mega Man Legend inspired stuff. Like a lot of like their sculpts looked exactly like the robots that you would find in Mega Man Legends. But they didn't have anything for sale. They just had stuff on display, and they were only there for one day. They were there Friday evening, and they just had like unpainted, like their unpainted chip on display, but they were always busy. The people were always talking to them. So like I was like, all right, I'll just go tomorrow, and when it's like less busy, and do like a little video tour. And then they left, or at least they were not at the booth. But yeah, dude, that was a wrap for Wonderfest, man. I thought it was great. I thought like whoopsie. I thought the show was great. I thought that everybody that showed up, even though they weren't the majority of them, I'd say like 90 to 95% of them did not appeal to what A.C.B.A. at its core is, articulated figures. But it was still great to see so many different types of artists there, and just like genuinely putting their product out there, which is really cool. Like I said at the beginning of the show, there were so many people that like would have never thought in 100 years that Wonderfest would come to the United States, much less Georgia. Another huge shout out to JC3D. I was talking to her a little bit the last day, and then she's actually like she's from Atlanta. And she was just all like, yeah, dude, like I've been following Wonder Festival forever. And like sometimes she'll do booths and stuff at conventions. But like she got the opportunity to have a booth at Wonderfest, and she's just like so stoked. And like I said earlier, I just feel like it's not talked about enough. And I feel like the gravity of what's happening right now is not again is not talked about and stuff. Wonderfest is Japan only for its entire lifespan, and then suddenly it pops up in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal, and yeah, it was funny on Thursday or on Friday. I don't remember when you. It was either one of the days. You were posting a lot on your stories, and Kevin sent them to us in our group chat and was like, "Yo, man, you guys fucking know that One Fest is going on in America?" And I was like, "Yeah, like Poncho's there, like absolutely." He's like, "How the fuck did this slip by me?" And I was like, "Dude, you're not the only one. I feel like a lot of people were like, when they'd find out, they'd go like, how did this slip by me? Like, how did I not know that this was happening?" Like a big thing, very common.
Yeah, like I feel like they talked about it when it was first announced, like months ago, like maybe weeks or months ago. But but I don't know, it just kind of, I don't know if it fizzled out. But I think a big thing is because it was in MomoCon. So like you had to buy tickets for MomoCon to attend this thing. And MomoCon is so huge, and it's just like such a tenured convention that at this point their tickets are competitively priced with every other con that size. And for people that just want to attend Wonder Festival, I can understand completely why they can't justify the price of paying for a full blown convention ticket for for stuff they're not even gonna attend, right? Because like MomoCon, their ticket prices, any convention, their ticket prices are based around the different events they have, the panels, guests, all sorts of stuff, how big the vendor hall is, all that stuff is factored into the ticket price, and it just can't compare to like 50 tables for Wonder Festival.
It's not the same.
But hopefully they get to a point where they could just split off and do their own thing. Because I feel like that would open up opportunities for more people to attend and more artists to attend for sure. That being said, like I don't think that this what I'm saying is not meant to like nag the fact that it was at Wonderfest, like at MomoCon. Like I think this was a great addition to MomoCon for sure, because like chances are if you're attending MomoCon, you're going to enjoy Wonder Festival for sure. So I thought it was a really great addition to it. And of course, like while I was there, I did MomoCon stuff for sure. Like like I went to the gaming room and like I just basically spent all my time in the vendors hall, which was humongous. I think it had I don't know, like 30 rows of vendors, and then they had like an autograph section, and they had like they do like cars too. They had like a huge section full of cars.
Dude, yeah, I want to say that like I don't know, not 10 years ago, but like 7 or so years ago, that started to be like a big thing. Like the last time I ever went to Anime Expo, which was 2019, like they had like a whole fucking downstairs section where it was just a bunch of Itasha cars. I was like, what the fuck? Like, y'all just got cars in this bitch? What's the deal? Like, this is just out of nowhere. Like, I've been coming here for like over a decade. Y'all never had no cars in here. Maybe one, but like he had hella cars in there. And I was like, what the hell? It's like a big thing now with anime cons is like a car section.
Yeah, Greg is saying that it was like about 36 rows, including cars. It's huge, dude. Like it's huge. It was great. Sonic Rockman is saying, I was hoping for you to see any of my favorite sculptors that would showcase in Wonder Festival. Yeah, that dude, what the first thing I thought of when I saw that Wonderfest was coming to the United States was like, how many Mega Man sculptors are going to be there? Let's get down to business, man. Like, because like when I first heard of Wonderfest because of Mega Man garage kits, or maybe it was Metroid. Like there's like a really famous garage Metroid Samus Aran garage kit that was that's always at Wonderfest. But yeah, unfortunately, it just wasn't any. Every Mega Man sculptor that I really enjoyed, I was like feverishly going through their social media to see if they were coming to the United States, but none of them were, unfortunately. And like I would imagine it's a big ask for these guys to hop on a plane, you know, all that stuff, come to America, and just vend here. But the Japanese artists that did come, they were so nice and so grateful and like so happy to talk to like everybody that came to the booth. It was really nice. It was great, dude. Wonderfest was like it was amazing. It was great. It was a really great weekend, and it was cool to go.
It sounds
there.
like it was a fun ass time, man.
It was very nice. It was very nice. So, yeah, that does it. I just wanted to hop on.
You know, but before we leave, Poncho, you left out a very important detail.
Okay.
How'd your son like this con? Your loving young son. How do you enjoy this time?
That's
you know?
right.
First con. What do you think?
Dude, he didn't do as bad as I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I was gonna say I always see hella kids at cons, and most times they do well because I just think they're so overstimulated and there's so much going on. Like they don't have time to like focus in on something and like they're just like, oh shit, what's this? And then they're like, oh, I'm gonna freak out, and then they turn the corner and they go, oh fuck, what's that? And it's just like a cycle of like, I might freak out. Oh fuck, that's a furry. I never seen that. And then it's like, oh shit, there's toys on that table. Like for the most part, kids do really well at cons that I've found.
Yeah, I saw a crazy amount of kids too. I saw a lot of infants, which was strange to me. I don't want to listen, man. I have no authority giving any sort of parental advice. But I would not bring my infant to a convention. Adults get sick at conventions. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know about infant. That is rough, man.
Greg said his son looked at me the way you look at a big ogre. Like, get away, you big ogre. Incredible. He was very shy. Kai was like very shy all weekend. He did get a lot of attention. Because like everybody's like, oh look how cute he is. Me and Becca cosplayed as
Poke Parents, right? What's that card?
Yeah,
called?
we cosplayed as the Pokemon fan club people in the card.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I will pull up the card real quick. We didn't take any pictures of ourselves. I don't know why, but we cosplayed as these people.
Y'all didn't get no pictures from nobody?
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
I mean, like we. But Kai was in like this is a Pichu, but you don't make Pichu onesies, so I got him a Pikachu onesie. Becca had a really nice dress, and then I 3D printed her belt. Like she has a Pokeball belt. Then I had to. Then I made like my own DTF transfer shirt and stuff. And yeah, we showed out. We looked exactly like these people, basically. And Kai got a lot of great compliments, and it was really nice. He did really well at the con. It's really funny because like the only time we give this kid our phone or an iPad is if we are out in public for an extended period of time. Like so he was watching just Cars for a lot of the con.
Life is a highway?
Yeah, he was watching Cars and Toy Story for some of the con. But like he was like laid back in his stroller. His legs were like kicked up. He looked hella comfortable.
Oh hell yeah.
Which is more than I can say for me. Like we brought his stroller is very wide. And
wide body.
And like it was wider. It was as wide as the escalator. So like we had to take him out of the escalator. I had to fold the stroller up and then bring it up the escalator. At first we were taking the elevator, and of course any con where you have to take the elevator is a living nightmare. Because you have to wait hours for the elevator. Like genuinely hours. And I remember I went up to there. You have to go, dude. First of all, the convention center for Momocon has like a million escalators. You have to go down like 4 or 5 escalators to get to the vendor hall. And there's like the main one, and like I remember I went. I had the stroller folded up. No. Mm-hmm. It was one of the wider escalators, so I didn't have to fold it up, and I could just have it go up. Kai obviously was not in the stroller. Becca was holding it.
Yeah.
But like one of the security guys was coming up with us, and he goes, "Hey man, you gotta take the elevator." And I was like, "I'm not waiting an hour for the elevator." He goes, "Well, you can't go up the escalator." And I was like, "All right, tight." So like I get off the escalator and I fold it up, and like next to the escalator is the stairs, and like I jog up the stairs and I pass that guy. And like he just looked at me like I was fucking insane. And I was like,
"How dare you, sir?"
I was like, I am not waiting 30 minutes to go down two stories. You're insane. You're absolutely insane. Anyway, aside from
I had to prove the point, man.
That's true. Aside from the infrastructure of like the con and just how challenging it was to get from point A to point B sometimes everything else was amazing. Of course the smell was not good. That's any con, right? But everything else was great. I did like the venue, although I did not like the layout of the venue. But the actual venue looked great. The information was great. The badge pickup was super easy. Like the press pickup was super easy. Everything was great. And of course, Wonderfest was amazing, and it was super cool. It was super cool to link up with a bunch of people. Big shout out to Tim Smith Hoser, frequent podcast viewer. I'm so sorry we couldn't link up in person. We tried like multiple times, did not work out. But of course, Greg, KJ, Darius. It was so great hanging out and seeing all those guys. It's just great seeing everybody at cons, dude. Like we usually never cross paths, especially me being like in the South and stuff. It was just cool to see just the what do you call it? Just the regular con goers, and it was just nice that we happened to cross paths in Atlanta of all places. Super great.
Shout out ATL.
Oh yeah, dude. And then Greg was telling me, dude, he said it's by far the best load in and load out he's ever done. He's talking about loading like the booth and stuff. Apparently Momocon is the only convention he's ever been to where they just let you straight up. They just let him straight up drive the van onto the vendor hall and then just load up right next to his booth. It's so great.
Yeah, most of these conventions. So a lot of the time, these conventions are ruled by what's it called? What the fuck do they call it? Like not commission.
Mm-hmm.
Like unions. Yeah. Unions. So like you can't do things on your like one time, man. I was with the Udon guys at Anime Expo, and we had a car with us because they're not local or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And
the owner of Udon, Eric, goes like, "Hey, like, here's $100. Like, can you get us like just fucking like cases and cases of water? You know, I'm just gonna put them under the table, so we got water all weekend. Like, please, and like bring us some sodas too." And so like we have to go do like the Safeway run or like the grocery store run or whatever. Mm-hmm. We come back. Dude, they're not letting us bring the water bottles in. They're like, so here's what you need to do. You need to go take all of these waters back to your car. And we were like, oh, okay. And they're like, and then once they go back to your car, you need to go drive to the back to the loading zone. And then the loading zone, you're going to get onto the docks. And then in the docks, you're going to have to wait for a foreman to come by. And then the foreman is going to sign. We're like,
never.
There's no way. There's no way. I was like, you're not letting me bring water bottles in here? They're like, no. Like, it needs to go through the union. And we're like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? and it was so funny because I was so mad. I pull out a water bottle from my bag and I was like, so this is okay. I don't need a foreman for this, huh? And they're like, no. And I was like, are you telling me that if I took every single water bottle out of these packages and put them in bags and just walked in with bags, there's nothing you would do? She's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, well, great, thanks. And we had to load the car, go through the fucking loading. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah, man. And a lot of them work that way. It sucks.
yeah, that's a bummer. That really sucks. Luckily, MoMA was not that way at all. Apparently, it's they threw all rules straight into the wind. They didn't give a shit. They just let Greg just drive the van right
Hey, Greg,
into the
you know
hall.
what? That van, drive it in.
Oh man, it was great. All right, yeah, I just want to hop on. Big shout out, thank you, Rick, for keeping me company.
You know it.
Thank you everybody for coming back for the second stream, and just hanging out, and it was super great. Big shout out once again to MomoCon, and big shout out to Wonder Festival, of course. Big shout out to everybody who came and attended and booth and had a great conversation with. It was super great.
Yeah.
And of course, big shout out to everybody in the chat for hanging out. Before we go, Hendoel hit us with a donation with some praise hands. Let's go, baby.
Hell yeah, Hendoel.
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you so much for that super chat. We are on practically the precipice of San Diego Comic-Con, baby. We are so close, we could taste it. And
baby.
every single super chat we get, you know, what have you, it means a lot, and it's saving our ass when we go out there. And it approaches fast, man. You know, like I keep telling people, like, man, Comic-Con's coming up soon. They're like, oh, what are you talking about? It's May. I go, yeah, man, but like, look, May's already almost over.
That's true.
June, after June, you know, July, and guess what happens in July? Comic-Con. It's coming up, it's approaching fast, and we cannot thank you enough for showing up here, liking the podcast, being active in the chat, and of course, sending those super chats in, because they add up, man. They add up, and you guys save our asses, and we can do more cool things and more interviews and things like Poncho did this weekend as well with your sport. It's the best. I can't thank you enough. And while I was in the middle of that long-winded thank you, we got a super chat for Quammen Taylor.
Let's go, baby.
It says, thank you for the second stream. Hell yeah, Quammen Taylor. Fucking OG, always here every week, baby.
That's
always showing love and looking out for the boys. Thank you so much, Quammen Taylor.
That's it. Yeah. And that's it. Oh, dang, dude, let's go.
Oh,
Harper
my
as well.
God.
There's a couple of bucks
Harper,
to the B&B.
professional himself, the B&B master himself, Bradley Sharper than Harper, professional photographer, says, here's a couple bucks for the B&B. Dude's paying himself. Can you believe this guy?
I was about to say.
Yeah, Sonic Rock, man, it really sucks. Kevin's not going to Comic-Con.
Oh,
Dude,
bummer.
there's a lot of people not going to Comic-Con. I'll tell you that right now. Chamba's not going.
What?
The Toy Daddies are not going.
Oh,
it's going to be very sparse.
Dang, dude. That sucks.
Yeah, man. Everybody that's international is pretty much not going to go. And a lot of people here within the States aren't going to go. Yeah, it's going to be a very contentless con this year. We're missing so many people, man. It's gonna suck not to have Kevin there. Kevin, besides like, you know, the B&B boys and everybody from the A.C.B.A. circle, you know, that's who I'm with the most. So not having him there is gonna suck.
I mean, that just means you got to step up, Rick.
Yeah, man. That means I gotta step up. Step up, Kyle. What the fuck, man? You know. Quammen Taylor. Economy's bad. Tariffs suck. Traveling to this country is a nightmare. You know, I don't blame anybody for stepping away this year.
True. The last thing I'll say is Rockman was asking if I did any pickups. No, I haven't talked pickups yet. I will probably post a story on my Instagram later tonight or maybe tomorrow with my pickups. And then, of course, I'll talk about them in next week's show. That brings up Brian is asking, next week is 400. Any plans for it? I don't know if next week's going to be 400. I'm just going to be real with you.
Yeah,
I know
we might have to do a little funky thing and do 399.9.9 I don't know, man.
You know, Poncheezy's cup disappears, just floating stickers. That's funny. All right, thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out. Thank you as always for the super chats. Thank you as always for being active in the chat and always supporting our content, baby. Until next time, please rate, comment, and subscribe Be sure to ring the bell, hit the hype button, whatever that means. Do a video response. Add us to your favorite list, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Where's the outro? All right, there it
Oh
is.
yeah, you're on a new computer. This is not what it once was.
So, what a great show, Rick.
Yeah, quick little check-in. You know, definitely need to do that.
Yes, sir.
No misses. You know.
I got a little parched there.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's fucking. We're summertime now, baby.
Yeah, it rained so much, and there's like a flood advisory. The water plant lost power, so there was a boiling water advisory.
Oh my god!
What a way to end it.